Good morning. It is the morning of Tuesday, March 1st, and I'm going to be doing a drive with FSD Beta 10.10.2 from my house here in Northeast Minneapolis to my customer's location here in Shakopee, Minnesota. It's going to be a lot of freeway driving. However, there is a good amount of city driving for the first part of the drive as well as the very end. So I'll fast forward to the boring parts as I always do, but just kind of want to see how FSD Beta handles this drive, and we'll go from there. So without further ado, let's go for a drive, and as always, I'll be activating FSD here from the edge of my driveway here, right where the sidewalk starts, and we'll see how it handles it. So that was probably one of the smoother exits from my driveway that I've seen so far with any of the FSD builds. I think it's probably no coincidence too that you can see more of the ground today just because of the warm conditions that we've had. A lot of the snow is starting to melt away, so I'm guessing we got another snowstorm at least before spring is fully here, but I'll take it. So I'm not sure why we're stopping so far back from the stop sign here, and you can see the car again. It always struggles at this intersection. I'm just going to press the throttle here. But it's always a problem there. I think the car is expecting traffic from the left driveway there on the left, and you know, there's never anybody ever coming down that long driveway. So and then one thing that continues to be an issue, you saw me just with the right scroll wheel there, I was adjusting the speed because of the fact that the speed limits for all these city streets are still wrong. I've reported it to the FSD team a few times now. Unfortunately, the issue still remains to be fixed. So, all right, so we're clear on the left. There's a train there, so the car's taking a little bit longer than it needs to, but I'm just going to let it do its thing. So I didn't press the throttle at all there. It just carried on its own. So, you know, I will report that again. It should just proceed. It should see that there's no traffic on the left. I'm guessing it got kind of a little bit confused with the train cars, thinking they are maybe vehicles of some sort, but yeah, it proceeded on its own eventually there. So, and this is consistent with what I've seen in previous builds. So. The car did a good job there. I barely even had to press the accelerator there for that road construction crew there. I was worried the car was going to anticipate them to come out in front of us, but it did a great job not doing so. So I'm going to slow the car down a bit here, and it looks like we're going to have to take over here. It looks like it wanted to kind of go on the right. So I'm immediately going to re-engage here, and let's just see how it kind of handles this. It's a little bit hesitant, but it looks like it's kind of handling it just fine now that we're in the cones there. So I think that's a legitimate disengagement there. The car still kind of struggles on where to enter. So, you know, that's just going to be something they're going to have to work on at some point. You know, that's some temporary road construction back there that I don't anticipate to be there for very long. But, you know, I will try that again on a later drive. I'll be doing another drive from my house to my gym here in the next couple of days. And I do go down this road. So we'll definitely check that out if it's still there, and I'll just try to maybe lower the entry speed to see if it figures it out. As I've seen in previous builds, the car does a better job at lower speeds when dealing with road cones like that. It's able to get a bit more time to figure out what it needs to do. So that was the first time the car did not slow down there. So I've seen that be an issue for a while now, where the car will just suddenly slow down in that section there, just like it's kind of doing right now, or it really put the brakes on hard there. I'm not sure what it thinks it sees, but there's some cars behind us, so I had to press the accelerator there to prevent any issues. But those two sections right there are usually where FSD always has a problem. So didn't have a problem at the first one. The second one looks like it's still there. So I'm guessing the first one would have happened if the lighting maybe was a bit different or something, because I've seen that on every one of my drives home coming through this section of road. So So I'm just going to press the accelerator here. We get cars on our left and behind us, so the car will just sometimes go a bit too slow when it's merging on the freeway here. So merging still kind of continues to be a pain point for FSD, and it's not entirely surprising just because I know they're really applying a lot more effort in terms of training and just behavioral changes with the full stack, FSD in version 11. So I don't anticipate we'll see any, significant changes in merge behavior and also handling of 2-lane highways until we have version 11. And I would expect the initial version 11 build to be pretty rough. And maybe even a solid step backwards from where we're at now, but ultimately it's going to get us in a much better spot. So looking forward to testing that here on the Twin Cities. Okay, a little bit of braking there from the car on our right. I'm guessing the car anticipated a collision there, but that was kind of necessary. It looks like it's still kind of hanging around. You can see that car being lit up on the map here. So again, I don't foresee any big changes to be made to the the AutoPilot stack here until we get version 11 when everything's merged together. So really looking forward to seeing some big improvements with the freeway driving, just because even though the freeway driving code is pretty stable, just like on my recent road trip from Omaha to Minneapolis and back, or the other way around anyways, I noticed a couple of issues with phantom braking where there was nothing indicated on the screen, and it almost anticipated basically there was going to be a head-on collision, even though there was a divider and stuff in between the different directions of travel on the freeway. So it seemed better when I turned emergency braking off, which again tells me the system's seeing something that's really not there. So I'm hoping again to see some big improvements with version 11, but again I anticipate the first few builds to be a bit rough, and then they'll get better from there. So all right, so we just exited Highway 169 there, or Interstate 169, and we are now turning left onto Canterbury Road here. So, we just got a few more turns before our final destination here. So, and because I'll be coming to a customer site, I'll be kind of shutting my stream down here just right before I turn into the parking lot there, just to protect their privacy. So, but otherwise, on AutoPilot, there was pretty much no issues. Had one case of some unnecessary braking due to some parallel traffic with us, where the car kept kind of picking it up and I think overreacting. A simple little bit of throttle input fixed that issue, but other than that, it was pretty smooth sailing. Navigate AutoPilot worked as intended. All the transitions between different freeways and highways worked as planned, so all good there. Good job with that left turn there. The car did make a correction at the very last second, did not run over the inside median, so that was pretty good there to see that. Previous builds I've seen it run over that median before, not at that particular spot, but one similar to it. So again, I'd rather see the car make the correction rather than not. So again, good behavior overall in 10.10.2 here with FSD Beta. little bit close to the snowbank there. I'm going to definitely report that. But otherwise, I said the car did a good job, so I'm just going to change my navigation here. Let's see, it looks like we're right in the wrong lane here. Let's see if it figures it out. All right, it looks like it's going to go this way instead. All right. Not sure why it signaled there. I'm going to report that as well. We were staying in the right lane, so there's no need to do a signal, I guess. Better safe than sorry, but not something that's necessary. So something they could, fix in the future. All right, a little bit of excessive throttle input there towards the end. Otherwise, pretty uneventful drive there. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one.